legacy?
It's kind of hard to say, and I think it's going to be a matter of perspective for a lot of people, because there's going to be plenty of people that are going to say they didn't win a title, so that invalidates everything they did. But for a lot of people, I think, and especially people in Oklahoma City, just the fact of what the Thunder represent, not just to, I think, the NBA at large, but also just to Oklahoma City in general. You know, the city has grown immensely since the Thunder arrived in town. Just the development, the infrastructure, the progress people have made culturally. I think the Thunder are a lot more relevant, and they've helped progress Oklahoma City. So all of that to be said, yeah, they didn't win a title, and I think a lot of people are going to fixate on that fact, but there's kind of a beauty, I think, to the tragedy of the Thunder and the emotional connection that a lot of people kind of developed through this team. So they've had a lot of great players, a lot of great moments, a lot of great things for people to tell their children about, and while they didn't win it all, I don't know that necessarily matters.
Well, arguably the greatest player for them was Russell Westbrook. He was such a big figure for OKC. How difficult was this decision for him?
It was obviously an awkward situation for, I think, him and the franchise, but I wouldn't characterize it as a difficult decision for him to basically agree to the fact of being traded. It was something, I think, that he saw as necessary, not just for his own career arc and his own development, but also for the franchise itself. Both sides wanted to do right by each other here, and the Thunder wanted to get Russell Westbrook to where he wanted to go, which was playing with James Harden in Houston, and they wanted to accommodate that request as best as they possibly could. And also, I think Westbrook understood, look, Paul George is gone. The window to contend in the Western Conference has basically closed for the Thunder, and it's time for me to move on. And I think both sides understood that. They wanted to make sure that it was an amicable exit. And for Westbrook himself, he needs to try to rewrite the narrative on his own career, and it was going to be difficult to do that in Oklahoma City. While I think that there's this romantic element of Russell Westbrook spending his whole career with the Thunder, and people are going to have a hard time wrapping their minds around him playing for another team, he saw it as a time for change, and I think the Thunder did as well.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that there's respect on both sides of things, and there should be. Russell Westbrook leaving as the franchise's all-time leading scorer with over 18,000 points. He did some serious work over there. Royce, thank you. All right, sharing the ball is going to be a major topic of discussion and theme for the Rockets next year, something we will definitely be following, according to Second Spectrum. James Harden and Russell Westbrook both ranked in the top 4 in isolations and touches per game last season. And remember, these guys are two of the best playmakers in the game, too. Last season, Harden scored or assisted on more than 4,200 points. That's a crazy number, by far the most in the NBA. You know who ranked at number 2 on that list? That would be Russell Westbrook. In fact, Harden and Westbrook have ranked in the top 3 in points created in each of the last 3 seasons. And another thing to keep in mind, too, the Rockets, they love to shoot the 3. We all know that. They set the record last season for most three-point attempts in an NBA season. And this is where Westbrook has struggled. He shot just 31% on three-pointers in his career. That is the worst in NBA history among players with at least 2,500 career attempts.